prevention, and today we request that you work with us to immunize and implement against polio.
Your Excellency, we're going to immunize the baby, we're going to give the polio vaccine, and we're going to give only 2 drops, which is preventing polio within the child.
Baby boy, baby girl.
Thank you very much.
Money is a lab manager, his team, quality assurance, supervisors, the way to do.
Yes, you're most welcome to the Mildmay laboratory. We really do appreciate what you're doing as a government. You have taken to champion the improvement of laboratory services in the country. And we are really proud. On behalf of the laboratory fraternity, I am really grateful for what you've done. Yes, this lab is a 24-hour lab and operates 7 days a week. And so it's open to the general public. And we are also continuing specialized care HIV service to the 14,000 clients that we have in here. This equipment is able to run about 300 tests per hour. Yes, so it really has a great capacity.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, we thank you. We thank you very much for this wonderful day. We thank you that you gave us Uganda for our inheritance, a land flowing with milk and honey, described fondly as the pearl of Africa. Now that it has been hit by, like other countries, by the scourge of HIV/AIDS, we thank you for our government, for their foresight, for setting up this center. We thank you for the successes that has been realized here, for the many lives that have been touched, and now that we have come to inaugurate a 30-year master plan, we pray that you'll be with us today and that this function will go according to your honor and glory. We pray all this through the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Kulwange n'abakulembeze bonna mu kitundu wamu n'abatuuze bonna abali mu kitundu kino ntwala omukisa guno okubaniriza mwebale kujja mwebale kuba naffe ku mukolo guno mukulu ennyo gw'okulaga enteekateeka namutayiika ey'ekitundu kino. Njagala okwebaza gavumenti wamu n'obukulembeze okulaba nti fasite yatuteerawo etukoledde omulimu munene nnyo era tugisiimye nnyo okuba nti etukoledde ku bulwadde buno bwannamutta. Nebaza management tulibwa Dr. Barbara nabo bakoze omulimu munene kubanga bwengambye tekyali kyangu nnyo okulaba nti fasite nekozesebwa era abantu bajja bagijjumbire olw'omulimu omunene gw'erina okukola. Naye management yakwatagana ne local leaders okulaba nti tusaasaanya enjiri eno mu bantu, era kyeyakola bakola entegeka abakulembeze mu kitundu okulaba nti bakola outreaches basisinkana abantu baweereza service okuziweereza eri abantu okugisembeza eri abantu nabo kibangwire okusobola okufuna obujjanjabi. Gwali munene nnyo, tegwali mwangu, naye in the end era gwavaamu ebibala eby'amaanyi nnyo. Ekirala nti naffe ffennyini abakulembeze basaba era okuwa referrals okutuukirira abantu kinnoomu mu buli kitundu wansi bwe tulaba nti beetaaga obujjanjabi ne tubawa amabaluwa okusobola okujja wano okutuuka nti bajjanjabibwa era bwatuukanga wano bakolebwangako ddala bulungi nnyo. Ensonga endala bakuba nti ekifo kino nga bw'okiraba kyali kinene nnyo, abantu balowooza nti abanene bajja okusobola okugendayo oba bajja kukola referrals baba bajja abantu nabo ne baddeyo ne beekomumma, era management eyajja yavaayo negamba netuuka mu bantu era okubategeeza nti kino ekifo kya buli muntu yenna asobola okukola ki okujjanjabibwa oba afunye obuzibu bwonna. Ekyo nakyo nekikiyamba nti abantu bagenda bakimanyiira okulaba nti bajja wano bungi okusobola okufuna obujjanjabi. Kakati kyetuwulidde ate kyeyongeddeko okuba nti ate pulaani eno ogenda okukolebwa ate fasite zigenda kweyongerako okuba nti eziyamba abantu aba bulijjo.
Thank you very much, the area LC of Nasiba Zone. Your Excellency, the Vice President, permit me to invite the choir of the children we have looked after.
This
Honorable Edward Sekandi, Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Minister of Health, Sarah Pendi, Your Excellencies, the ambassadors, the ministry dignitaries, development partners, district and religious leaders, the Board of Directors, Mildmay Uganda, our friends and partners from other Mildmay institutions in the UK and in Kenya, our dear community, the media fraternity, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the management of Mildmay Uganda is excited to host you here today. Your Excellency, we warmly welcome you to Mildmay Uganda. Mildmay Uganda is a center of excellence. But more specifically, we are grateful that you have come to launch our master plan, a master plan that will see Mildmay Uganda evolve into a modern teaching hospital. We are humbled that in your busy schedule, you have found it important to be here. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, through you, we would like to extend our sincere appreciation to His Excellency, the President of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the patron of Mildmay Uganda, for his and his government's commitment to health and health improvement, but more so for the support for this institution. We continually celebrate his sustained passion for Mildmay Uganda, demonstrated in our inception and throughout the milestones of our growth. Mildmay Uganda envisions a community equipped with the knowledge and skills to address HIV, to elimination, and other national health priorities through service delivery, education, research, and we are inspired that he is a part of our story. Through you, we would like to extend again our thanks to His Excellency, the President, and the government of Uganda for the invaluable opportunity that we find to consolidate the gains of our work in an environment of stability. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Vice President, the President of this country recently launched the fast-track initiative to end HIV and AIDS in Uganda. Mildmay Uganda is inspired by his commitment and will continue to support all the initiatives under his leadership in partnership with the Ministry of Health and other partners, with a special focus on reaching men, adolescents, and young women. And our faith is unwavered that we will see the end of HIV. Your Excellency, in 1998, on the personal invitation of His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and with full support of the government of Uganda, that donated the land for the first Mildmay project in Uganda, Mildmay opened its gates to the public for comprehensive HIV care with a special focus on children. By the time we came to 2004, we had over 3,000 children waiting for those life-saving pills, and PEPFAR did come in to support. We draw inspiration from the many children and their families that have trusted us these 18 years to do a good job. From that seed that was planted way back through the conversations that took place in 1996 through to 1998. Today, Mildmay Uganda supports care for over 100,000 people in many districts in this country, and 7,000 of them are children. Your Excellency, the Mildmay Uganda Hospital was built as a tertiary referral HIV outpatient care facility, initially to support a little over 3,000 clients. Today we have maintained for the last 6 years between 12,000 and 14,000 clients accessing care here in Lueza. Your Excellency, since 2014, all children born to HIV-positive women at the Mildmay Uganda Hospital have been born and have remained HIV negative, and we have supported and worked with the district to partner to bring down the mother-to-child transmission rate from an average of greater than 19% in 2012 to an average of 3% to date, with the support of the Ministry of Health, our partners, particularly PEPFAR, and our district partners. We are grateful for this support, but also particularly through you want to extend our thanks to Honorable Janet Kataha Museveni, our First Lady, and Minister of Education and Sport for championing the elimination of mother-to-child transmission agenda. Your Excellency, getting men into care is a big focus for us as a country today. Mildmay Uganda is at the front of that fight, as we always have been. We have registered significant successes in promoting male involvement, Your Excellency, and are excited that you're here today, even to join us and to encourage through the words that you speak to us, but also through the gentlemen who have come here today, that we need to get more men and more men into care as per the President's Fast Track Initiative program. Through our EMTCT, or Elimination of Mother-to-Child Transmission programs, male networks at male-dominated workplaces like building sites, border stages, we have supported male testing. We have encouraged male leaders. As you have heard, some of our champions have been the LC, like the LC1 chairman, Mr. Chijongolo, pointed out, to sensitize their communities to come for testing. And we have registered great successes. Strategically, we have placed male nurses in antenatal clinics to attract men into care. We have prioritized couple counseling. We have given results on the same day as is guided by the Ministry of Health. And we have promoted male champions. And Mildmay Uganda has registered successes. Your Excellency, today we recommit to that fight. And when you come back, you will collect on that promise. We have partnered with CDC, PEPFAR through CDC, and we're grateful to the American people for the support that they have provided for the care of our patients. Ministry of Health has walked this journey with us, and we are grateful for that support. The National Health Laboratory System has particularly been a Mildmay partner, and we've worked with them to grow over 223 laboratories in this country and support the improvement of diagnosis, monitoring of HIV disease in the context of a health system. With the support from our partners, the Ministry of Health, the Mildmay Uganda Laboratory is currently the backup system for the National Health Laboratories for viral load and early infant diagnosis. And we also support the data management systems for the national system. We are inspired, Your Excellency, by the commitment of our partners, notably PEPFAR and CDC, which have funded the bulk of our HIV care for over 14 years now. And yet there's still many organizations and individuals that have continued to trust us with their resources. And this is our opportunity to thank you all. We thank you. Working with the Ministry of Health and the districts, Your Excellency, Mildmay Uganda averts an estimated 7,000 new infections every year through comprehensive prevention, care, and treatment services. Our pledge, Your Excellency, is that we will continue to build on this work. And yet, Your Excellency, there is still a lot more that has to be done. This function is about Mildmay, Uganda rising to the challenge to respond to the needs of our country by doing some more. Since 1998, we have kept adapting our programs, responding to the needs of the people that we serve. And Mildmay's task today is to demonstrate another milestone in that change process. In 1998, on the invitation of the President, Mildmay's task was to model HIV treatment systems and scale up this care like Mildmay was providing in the UK. Mildmay, Your Excellency, has done that. In 2009, Mildmay International handed the mantle to Mildmay Uganda, a local NGO. And we have since evolved into a technical hub, working with the Ministry of Health and partners, providing quality comprehensive healthcare services, including adult and pediatric medical consultations, surgery, Your Excellency. We provide psychosocial and behavioral support to our community and the clients in particular that walk through our doors, rehabilitation, nutritional support, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, eye care, psychiatric or mental health disease care, laboratory and radiology diagnostics, dental care, obstetrics and gynecology, adolescent sexual and reproductive health, adult and pediatric palliative care, and care for the elderly and social welfare. Your Excellency, we will continue to provide these services. Initially, we provided this service just for people living with HIV, but we're working in a community that needs more than HIV and AIDS care. We extended it to their families, as is our model, to deliver a family-centered, multidisciplinary approach to care. But now, our gates are open to the general public, and we are answering to the call of the President, the Ministry of Health, to respond to the needs of the people of Uganda. We are excited, Your Excellency. Delivering a family-centered care package has helped us meet many needs, as we hope the community can testify. Today, hypertension, diabetes, malnutrition, asthma, anything that is called disease can walk through these doors and will get a helping hand. We have partnered with the Ministry of Health, Mulago Referral Hospital, the hospitals around, Wachiso District in particular, and we will continue to grow our service as you have asked us to. Mildmay Uganda, Your Excellency, is accredited by the National Council of Higher Education. It is accredited by the Uganda Allied Health Board. It is also accredited by the Uganda National Council for Science and Technology, among many accreditations, and delivers up to 12 academic programs, including a Bachelor of Science in Health and Social Health Systems Management with the University of Manchester. We deliver Bachelor of Science and Diploma in Human Nutrition and Clinical Dietetics with UCU, a Diploma in Medical Laboratory Technology, and we have registered up to 3 cohorts, which Your Excellency, you have heard, is doing very, very well. We have a Diploma in Medical Records and Health Informatics. We have a Diploma in Clinical Medicine and Community Health. Your Excellency, our assurance to you is that the products of our training and education programs will make you proud to be associated with this institution. The Mildmay Uganda 30-year plan, Your Excellency, that you will launch today will build on this rich knowledge and experience base to guide our evolution into a sustainable, local, private, not-for-profit teaching hospital that plays a pivotal role in Ugandan's transition to a middle-income status. The 30-year master plan will equip us institutionally for a greater role in ending the HIV epidemic, increasing access to the utilization of healthcare, and filling critical human resource gaps at lower health facilities by a rich skills-based training of paramedics as a start, and with a vision to grow the institution to the full potential as a medical university. Your Excellency, we have been told by some that this growth vision is ambitious. At Mildmay, Uganda, we call it a unique, undying quest to be better and to contribute to the betterment of those around us. We are inspired by the knowledge that way back when stigma was rife on the continent and beyond, where Mildmay began in the UK, Mildmay stood to be counted, and today the world is talking about a possible end to HIV. Your Excellency, therefore, our vision is reachable, our responsibility is clear. We will reposition ourselves. We will make ready to contribute to the critical health and development priorities that face our country. Our belief is that we have a great asset in the patronage of our President. His leadership drew Mildmay International to Uganda back then. We can rely on him for strategic partnerships that will propel us forward. But also, we have many friends, including you, and a $33.8 million plan is certainly feasible. We have walked a long way with many of the people who have come here today. Some of them are partners, Your Excellency, that have resourced the work that His Excellency asked us to do. Others are those that have encouraged us. Many former staff of Mildmay Uganda through all the transitions in the last 18 years. Many here have been beneficiaries of our care and training programs. Your Excellency, kindly allow me to mention to you some of our partners and the friends and people that have enabled Mildmay Uganda to live the dream that His Excellency, the patron, the President of Uganda, had many years ago. The Ministry of Health, Your Excellency, the Ministry of Education and Sports, the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development, government professionals and regulatory councils and departments, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, many donors, Your Excellency, the list is long, fellow HIV implementing partner organizations, the districts and their leadership, the Mildmay Uganda Board, Mildmay staff, current and former, staff in the UK and in Kenya, volunteers and students, our service providers in the business, community and private sector. Your Excellency, the local community has been very supportive. Our clients, particularly the children, whose lives have taught us many things about the value of giving. We are grateful, Your Excellency, and we ask that you kindly thank those people and groups of people for us. Your Excellency, before you is a great crowd of witnesses that God has been faithful to Mildmay Uganda, and we are confident that He will do it again and again. Thank you for honoring our invitation and launching us into the new dispensation that will see Mildmay Uganda evolve into a modern, not-for-profit teaching hospital that responds to national health and development priorities. We look forward to hosting you on another occasion and another occasion at Mildmay Uganda for God and my country.
As you've heard from the Executive Director's remarks, we have a growing institution which is now at the level of the university, and we are going to have a performance by the students who are attending courses here. And after that, we shall have welcome remarks from the chairman of the board.
To welcome Your Excellency to this occasion at Mildmay, Uganda. We thank you for finding the time to come. In Busoga we say, when you come, we are assured of success. I'd like to reiterate the parable of the 5 talents. This guy was entrusted with 5 talents. He went and invested and came back with 10 talents. Your Excellency, we were entrusted with the capacity to look after 3,000 children We went and invested effort and energy and expertise, and we are coming to you to say that we now have 14,000 patients under care in this place alone and 100,000 in 15 districts. Your Excellency, we have set ourselves an even greater assignment, the 30-year master plan, because we believe that reward for work well done is more work. We have come before you, therefore, to receive fresh marching orders, and with your support and the support of our development partners and the clients we serve, we pledge to you that we will not come back empty-handed. We will succeed, and succeed from height to height, and we are sure that with your help, this country and this world will soon be rid of the HIV epidemic, for God and my country.
I've always told my students at Hayden College that the higher you go in education, the more polished you are. You must have heard the professor's speech, very brief but to the point. Thank you so much. And it's a challenge to me as a politician. I don't know if I will be that short. But I'd like to request that I don't go through protocol because of the time and with the fact that I might not be able to cater for everybody. I'd like to welcome Your Excellency the President, the Vice President, and I'd like to inform you that this is one of the cells that make the municipality, of the 54 that make the municipality, in 8 wards and 3 divisions. And I'd like to assure you that all the leadership has been represented. As you must have heard, we have the vice chairperson of this division, who was not introduced, but maybe Mrs. Wilson, please stand up for, you know, that's the vice president, the vice chairperson for this division. The deputy mayor is also here, and the Buganda Kingdom has been represented by the General Secretary of the Gomborara, who also addressed us a short while ago. This is to show you that all the leadership in the constituency is behind Mildmay. I've been in this constituency 36 years, and as I was growing up, I thought that was stopping around here. But when I saw the expansion, I was really amazed, and I think they need a big clap. When I was doing some of my studies in USA, one of the professors told me that one of the biggest problems in Africa, one of them, I will not mention all of them, is planning. And I think I would like to testify here that what we see here is a result of a very good team of planners. And I pray that if all the organizations, and Your Excellency, the Vice President, if the ministries, because I sit on some committees in the Parliament, but one of the biggest problems is that the ministries are not doing a good job in planning for this country. And I would like to state it clearly. If they did so, we would have a very, very good country to live in. So we thank you so much. Less than a month ago, the president when he was launching the specialized hospital just next door in the next village of Chiagalile. And I was so happy that all this is taking place in my constituency. Very happy. And when I hear that we are going to get a specialized hospital and another specialized institution in the health sector to train doctors, I really feel great. But then at the same time, I would like to request that the Minister of Education should really live up to the expectations, because as an educator, I know that malpractices are taking place in examination systems. There is a small story where a friend of mine went to the village on a Friday, left the mother very comfortable, and on Tuesday they told him the mother was dead, and he could not believe it. He went to the hospital where the dead body was and he wanted to see the in-charge. The in-charge wanted to apologize and said that we are sorry, but it looks like the problem is ours. We actually administered the wrong drugs. He could not believe it. A whole hospital administering wrong drugs. And he said, can I see the people who did it? Then the doctor called in 2 nurses. When the gentleman heard about the names, he realized, a bell rang in his mind, that he sort of knew those names. When they came, they were his former students at A level. And that's when he remembered that he himself assisted them to copy exams. And they scored A in biology, chemistry, and the rest of it. Now they were in the education system, killing people, and he's part of the problem. So I would like to request the Minister of Education to assist these institutions, train professionals that live to the expectations of this country. Lastly, Your Excellency, I cannot go away without telling you a few of the challenges that we have in this constituency. And one of them is right here. I know you are going to respond to it because when we were up there, the chairman of the board told it to you, but I think it's my duty to also highlight it so that you don't forget. Mildmay still wants more than, actually close to 30 acres of land. And as I was coming, I asked the chairperson, can we really get the 25 or 30 acres around here? And he says, unfortunately, we can't. And maybe that's why I introduced the representative of Uganda government, the mayor, and the division chairman. It is our duty to find that land within this constituency. Otherwise, if we don't, they are going to find it elsewhere, and that will be a great challenge to us. We still have 4 big problems in the constituency. A facility like this one, as beautiful as it is, should be accompanied by an infrastructure that is equally beautiful. But Your Excellency, if you went out of the main road, or if you traveled on this main road in the evening, you would see a lot of jams. There's a lot of dust all around us. In Parliament, they now call me Honorable Sabara because of the problems there. So, yesterday we were talking with some people from the National Roads, the Uganda Road Fund. We would like to request that the government helps us to increase the funding to the municipality, and also request the ministry and UNRA to boost the allocations to the roads in the area in order for these facilities to live to the expectations also. Your Excellency, we are glad and happy that we have the best facilities, I think, in the country, in the constituency. But then, unfortunately, not all the people will be able to be served here. The constituency is over 300,000 people. And we have only 1 health center 4, 3 health center 3s, and many private clinics, which provide services that the people cannot afford. I've requested the Ministry of Health to upgrade the health center to the status of a district hospital, because as you all know, we only have one district hospital in Wakiso, serving over 3 million people, and I think it's high time we increase the number. And then of course, if we could have a health center for each division of the 3 divisions, and make the health center 3s in each ward, that would be very good. Your Excellency, you can see the terrain here. We have a lot of problems when it rains. You must have had a chance to almost fail to cross Zana as you go to Kampala from Entebbe. We have a drainage problem. All around us, when it rains, people die. We would like to be assisted by some maybe international donor to help us with the drainage, mainly in Galile, Naziba and Mutundwe. Those are the areas that are most affected. And lastly, Your Excellency, this constituency was promoted to municipal status from a village sub-county. And we skipped town board, we skipped town council, and we are now a municipality. But unfortunately, we have no fiscal plan. And we'd like to request, we have already requested, but we'd like to have your support that the ministries concerned enhance the possibility of funding a comprehensive fiscal plan for the area so that the area develops into one of the best areas around the city. And of course, that will help the city, decongest the city, and so many other things will happen. Your Excellency, I know you very well. You are my fellow Munabudu. I would like to welcome you once again and wish you the very best stay. I really wish you could stay overnight at my place, of course. Because I know you'll be very comfortable there. Thank you so much. Sabasaja Kabaka Awangale.
want to take this opportunity, first of all, Your Excellency, to welcome you to Mildmay. These are our partners in service. Allow me, Your Excellency, to also indicate that I'm here to confirm what has been said by the Executive Director together with the Chair of the Board. Whatever they said is correct. I'm also here to confirm, Your Excellency, that they have not deviated from their core mandate, which was to provide comprehensive HIV/AIDS healthcare services to the population. And that is what they have been doing for the last 18 years. The other services that you have heard about, definitely when people come here and they are HIV positive, they need other services. They may be having challenges with their eyes, they may be having diabetes, they may be having dental problems, and therefore all these are complementary services which we do really appreciate. And as mentioned by the Executive Director, this was initially closed to the staff and of course those living positively, but later it was opened up to the public. So thank you, Mildmay, for this initiative. Thank you, Mildmay, for complementing the Ministry of Health in the provision of healthcare in the country. The Member of Parliament did mention something that I think should not just go unchallenged. As Ministry of Health, we have 5-year strategic plans before every 5 years. And we have an existing one, the Health Sector Strategic Plan 2016-2020. So I don't know the ones you were talking about. And allow me also to inform the people of this area that we, as Ministry of Health, are supposed to be providing health care, of course, with support from our partners, and areas that do not have health center 3s and 4s. We are committed to having these facilities constructed in those areas. So, if this division does not have a health center, of course the divisions are equivalent to sub-counties. So if the division does not have a health center 3, we'll definitely construct the health center 3 there. That one we can assure you we'll do it. And currently, Your Excellency, as we speak, there is a survey that is ongoing to establish sub-counties and divisions that do not have. You are aware we acquired a loan from the World Bank, and this money is going to be used to provide this infrastructure in those areas that do not have. But of course, beginning with the hard to reach and the underserved areas. So if you qualify under the underserved, then we'll definitely start with you. But from what I can see, you do not. So, Your Excellency, also the Member of Parliament did talk about the hospital for Wakiso. We have the grade A and grade B, but as you can see, Wakiso is wide. So this is on this side, but yet the bigger population is also on the other side. So last week, we did have talks with the district chairperson, together with his entire team, to identify a health center 4 that we can upgrade to a general hospital. So those talks are ongoing, and definitely we will have that in place. So, Your Excellency, I want to really thank Mildmay for the partnership with the health sector. And of course, as a country, we have made progress in the fight against HIV/AIDS. We have also made progress, of course, in reducing the number of infections from a high 135,000 to about 83,000 as we speak now. However, Your Excellency, the AIDS-related deaths, though, have reduced from 74,000 in 2004 to about 28,000. This is where our biggest challenge now is, because there are fewer people dying of HIV/AIDS. And because of that, the youths of today are not listening to our messages. The youth of today think that HIV/AIDS is treatable. And I want to confirm that we do not yet have a cure for HIV/AIDS. And this is the message that I want the leaders from Wakiso to carry around, this being an urban area. We don't yet have a cure, and HIV/AIDS still kills. Your Excellency, we have made progress in the elimination of mother-to-child transmission of HIV/AIDS, and we are on track towards elimination. Our focus as a ministry, our focus as government is to eliminate HIV/AIDS from this country. And we have moved this long journey with Mildmay. We want to thank you, but to appeal that we are not yet where we should be. So the struggle still continues. You are all aware that His Excellency the President did launch the Presidential Fast Track Initiative, as you all know, about 2 weeks ago, and we are going to move around the country majorly to engage the men, because the women are on board, the youth are not yet on board. So our focus is really on the youth and the men, because if we are to eliminate HIV/AIDS from this country, then we must all be involved. We also, Your Excellency, did launch the Test and Treat program, and you are aware, as most of you are aware, the women have been very responsive, but the men have not been. And I don't know what the problem is. The men looking at me here, I hope you are not part of those men that we are actually talking about. Fewer men do turn up for HIV screening. Fewer men know their HIV status, and yet you are actually the ones. We don't want to blame you, but it's a fact that you are part of the problem that we are having in the country today. So as we speak now, Your Excellency, we still have high infections, and it's estimated that about 230 people are infected with HIV/AIDS every day in Uganda. This number, as you can hear, is still very high, and unfortunately, about 44% of these are youths. So we have a big challenge before us. We need to engage the youth, we need to engage the men if we are to eliminate HIV/AIDS from this country. The treatment of children living with HIV/AIDS, Mildmay, we really want to thank you together with the other partners. There has been a gap in this area, and there still remains a gap, Your Excellency. We, however, hope that with this new initiative, as we focus on the men, we shall definitely make strides and improve on that area to ensure that we enroll all those living with HIV/AIDS, including the children, on treatment. And of course, with support, you're all aware, with support from the Global Fund and USAID, we should not be having a gap in the treatment of HIV/AIDS. Currently, as we speak, we are getting close to 70% of those living with HIV/AIDS on treatment. So that is already, we are moving in the right direction, and we hope that by the year 2020, we shall be able to have not less than 90% of the people living with HIV/AIDS on treatment. Because we believe that once this is done, then it will go a long way in helping suppress the HIV virus. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Mildmay for this initiative, for your 30-year master plan. And of course, this is the right, you're moving in the right direction. Because 30 years from now, we believe we shall not have HIV/AIDS in this country. If we end HIV/AIDS by 2030, so this facility will be wasted. So you have planned ahead of time by having this as a teaching hospital. And I want to assure you that we'll provide all the necessary support as a Ministry of Health to make this a quality teaching hospital. And Your Excellency, as you heard from the Member of Parliament, it is true we are having a challenge with the graduates coming from the medical school. There are some institutions that focus on numbers and do not focus on the quality. And this is why you're finding misdiagnosis, you're finding people being given the wrong treatment, and this is a big challenge because the teaching hospitals are few. And Your Excellency, another thing that we have to deal with, you can have a teaching hospital, but without the human resources there, then that teaching hospital will be almost of no use to us. So we have pledged, government has already pledged, this was agreed, that after the infrastructure developments that are ongoing now, the next sector to be focused on is health. So we hope that with this we shall be able to tackle the human resources for health. We have very good doctors in this country, we have very good training institutions, but the challenge is the pay, and therefore it becomes a bit of a challenge because they have to run to different facilities, not offering quality time, and this is where the gap actually is. Because the interns, the young doctors are not supervised. So we hope that we'll be able to address this in the near future. So thank you, Mildmay, for integrating other healthcare services in this. And I hope, because now everybody knows Mildmay Uganda, that is for HIV. Maybe at some point the name, the name may have to be, you have to think of that name and change it to Mildmay Hospital. I don't know, but that is just a proposal. Because as you heard from the chairman, whoever walks in here, people say, that one has already now is infected. So these are small things, but they impact heavily. So with those few remarks, Your Excellency, it's now my pleasure to officially invite you to address the gathering. Thank you very much for your attention.
Honorable Minister of State for General Duties, Honorable Sarah Opendi, area Member of Parliament Martin Sabagabu, Honorable Sempala Chigozi, the local leaders present, various capacities, the chairman of board of this institution, Professor Sam Bogo, and other board members, the executive director, Dr. Barbara Mukasa. With me, I bring greetings from His Excellency, the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who had planned to be here in person to preside over this ceremony, and therefore assigned me the duty of representing him on this occasion and to present to you his address on the issues. I congratulate you upon the milestones so far and the vision of evolving master plan that will see Mildmay Uganda transit into a modern teaching hospital. Mildmay Uganda strategic growth model is expected to be the guiding model for management and administration of a sustainable local private not-for-profit teaching hospital. It will help focus on ending HIV/AIDS, ignite strategic growth, and work towards infrastructure expansion for the Mildmay institution. I uphold you for the great work you do and the support you render to the nation and above all to the government by delivering quality health services, more especially in AIDS and training of health workers. This will play a key role in Uganda's economic growth and transition to a middle-income economy. I acknowledge the board chairman and the team at Mildmay, Uganda, for supporting our initiative to eradicate HIV epidemic through the Fast Track initiative to end HIV and AIDS in Uganda. In 1998, with full support of the government that donated the land for the project, Mildmay opened its gates to the public for comprehensive HIV/AIDS care with special focus on children. We had over 3,000 children waiting for the life-saving drugs through PAPF in 2004. Today, Mildmay, Uganda offers support care for over 100,000 people. Gives a percentage of 13% of the total number of clients on ART in the country. 7,000 of whom are children. Government will continue to build on this work. I wish to note that since 2014, all children born to HIV-positive mothers at Mildmay, Uganda Hospital have remained HIV negative. This is a great milestone. I would therefore urge you to continue promoting this campaign for especially positive mothers, not to despair, but know that they can have an HIV/AIDS-free generation after them. The NRM government will support all initiatives that are aimed at enhancing linkages to ensure 90% HIV treatment enrollment for all the diagnosed people and 90% viral suppression for all people accessing treatment. It is the priority of the NRM government to ensure and support its facilities in all the districts in Uganda to improve availability of essential medicines and commodities. I applaud you for setting up and supporting our laboratory, which serves as the backup system for the Central Public Health Laboratories in viral load testing and data. It is pleasing to note that Mildmay has supported the functionality of 14 laboratory hubs through our laboratory strengthening interventions. Over 71% of the supported laboratory hubs have attained improved star rating score of 2 to 4. Since 2010, we have provided technical support to 223 facility laboratories. 49 high-volume facilities have been equipped with laboratory investigative capacity. I thank you for growing Mildmay, Uganda into a center of excellence for HIV care and palliative care. A diploma awarding institution of higher learning specializing in health sciences, accredited by National Council of Higher Education, and a research center accredited by Uganda National Council for Science Technology. This will enhance education and research nationally and in East African community. Finally, I thank you for inviting me and pray that the master plan will pave way for many other health investments that will cause an improvement in the health services sector. Uganda needs a healthy population to prosper and cause a transformation to a middle income status by the year 2020. I now have the pleasure to launch Midway's 30-year master plan for God and my country. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, I hereby declare this master plan of Mildmay launched.